Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. Today, we discuss a Rolex certified pre-owned Oyster Perpetual Cosmograph Daytona. This is 6-digit reference 116520 in stainless steel, and it has a F965,000 serial number, so approximately early 2005, late 2004. 40 millimeters in diameter. The watch measures 12.4 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip, just the case. 46.2 millimeters if we include the solid end links of the bracelet. 50.5 millimeters is the distance across the wrist with a 20 millimeter spacing in between the lugs. We'll zoom out a little bit. We'll do a wrist shot. I'm going to briefly remove my glove so I can show you the watch on my bare wrist, which is how human beings wear them. And as you can see, it's a good fit. The Daytona's always been a different size and feel than the other 40 millimeter Rolex sports watches. It's thinner, but the case is also finer, and you can really see on a 16 centimeter circumference wrist how much clearance I've got on each side. So this is suitable for a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference in my estimation, though I've seen women with even smaller wrists wear them well, so just keep in mind that is a thing. It will easily fit underneath any kind of a dress cuff or tight sleeve. Taking a quick look at the bracelet, we'll go back to our gloves now. We're well into the all-solid link era. You can see solid end links, solid center links, though the clasp is the pre-2009 clasp design, so you can see it features this sort of snapshot friction type system, and then you've got the clamshell lock external to that. So a little bit different in how this works, but it still has the 5 millimeter easy link, tool-free adjustment system, snap in, snap out, no tools necessary. Taking a quick look at the inside of the clasp too, you can see that there are several divots. There's actually 3 pairs of divots drilled inside the clasp, so you can dismount the spring bar and change the anchoring point for fine-tuning the fit. You also have a number of removable links which are fixed in place using screws, so you can take those out. We have 904L steel here, so it's a type of high nickel content steel. Today Rolex brands it oyster steel, and it is highly resistant to corrosion. Some industrial acids are less likely to affect it. More pertinent to the owner of a watch, it doesn't need to be rinsed after exposure to sea salt or sweat. 316 steel can still corrode even though it's technically stainless. This will not in the face of those insults. You can see this was pre-ceramic bezel. The ceramic bezel on the steel watch arrived in 2016, so we have little lacquered numerals and characters that represent a tachymetric scale that can be used with the chronograph to gain the speed of an object, such as a race car across a kilometer, or perhaps a aircraft racing across a kilometer if you're at the Reno air races. We have here a screwed in oyster case back, screwed on crowns and pushers, trip block crown and steel, 3 symmetrical dots, that's how you know. All this water resistant down to 100 meters. The dial features a white gold crown, hands and indices. We'll do a lume shot. You can see this watch at some point received a chromolite dial, because that is a later luminescence than you will find on a standard F-Series Daytona. You can see the dial's in excellent shape. I mentioned the white gold crown, indices, and hands because over time those will never tarnish or oxidize. We have a slight azurage or concentric metal pattern on the registers, and then a gloss lacquer base for the dial. Now the timepiece does feature a in-house caliber. This is the 4130 era. If you ever want to know, remember in-house caliber, seconds down at 6 o'clock. The El Primero is over at 9. And the El Primero features inline cannon pinion and register hands, whereas here with the in-house caliber, you can see those 2 pinions are raised slightly above the cannon pinion at center. Column wheel, so we have a crisp function selector, and then there's a vertical clutch, so when you engage the chronograph, there's no jump or stagger. Also, you can leave a vertical clutch chrono running full time. If you happen to prefer to have running seconds at center, there's no additional wear or tear with a vertical clutch. This is caliber 4130, bidirectional automatic winding with a ball bearing on the rotor. It was the first Rolex automatic to use a ball bearing rather than a jeweled staff. 72-hour power reserve, 4 Hz beat rate, 44 joules, 5-position adjusted, COSC certified Swiss chronometer, hacking seconds functionality, so you can set it to the second against a reference time. Full balance bridge and a free sprung balance for shock resistance, and the free sprung balance with Rolex Micro Stella nuts for very precise adjustment of fine timing. And that hairspring is a niobium zirconium antimagnetic alloy, not yet blued in this generation of Daytona, but they used the niobium zirconium before it became parachrome bleu, which was the addition of oxide on the niobium zirconium antimagnetic hairspring. This has those antimagnetic qualities, and that hairspring in an overcoil fashion, so that with a hand-formed Breguet overcoil, it is positionally agnostic. In any position on your wrist or your dresser at night, it will keep very consistent time, and that is part and parcel to the movement's certification as a Swiss chronometer. So if you love this watch, reach out to Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase and pricing details. You might also be interested in knowing this is one of the largest Rolex movements with a diameter of 30.5 millimeters. I thought that was cool. Rolex certified pre-owned watches are backed and authenticated by Rolex. Should any reconditioning be necessary, it will be to a Rolex certified standard, and any parts invested Rolex factory original. Should the initial retail box, paper, and accessory set still accompany the watch, it will be included with the sale. But no matter what, a certified pre-owned box and paper set starts with an outer box, a leatherette travel pouch with suede lining, a warranty card that embodies the 2-year globally valid Rolex-backed warranty. Note, this is not a retail warranty, but backed by Rolex and actionable at any of its authorized points of sales and service. A leatherette wallet includes the warranty terms and conditions manual. A holographic hang tag marks this as a certified pre-owned Rolex watch, and a manual details Rolex's values as a company, the certified pre-owned program, care, feeding, service, and use of your Rolex, locations of points of sales and service, and details of Rolex.com. Rolex certified pre-owned watches are backed only by Rolex.